trust us, we're from the government, seems to be a common theme when attempting to censor the media. Trust is something that should not be a consideration when restricting our fundamental freedoms. Our freedom of speech and freedom of the press are not things we should trust blindly to anyone. This prescription lasts in perpetuity, forever, long after an operation is complete. And breaching it has no defined defenses, despite such defenses being well understood under Australian law. Of course, it is left ambiguous what a special intelligence operation is, as it is up to government agencies at the time to decide. Would the Gallipoli campaign have been a special operation? Would Sir Keith have been arrested with Ashmead Bartlett's letter to spend the next 10 years in jail? And remember, taking that letter in Marseille, a private communication to a prime minister, was a tremendous overreach by the military at the time. Trust us, we're from the government, seems to be a common theme when attempting to censor the media. But trust is something that should not be a consideration when restricting our fundamental freedoms. Our freedom of speech and freedom of the press are not things we should trust blindly to anyone. The First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States, adopted as part of the Bill of Rights in 1791, reads in part that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. Australia has no equivalent constitutional protections of freedom of speech or freedom of the press. Already, we have literally hundreds of separate laws and regulations that currently govern the working press. Even a subset of those laws is entirely sufficient to govern how journalists work. We certainly do not need further laws to jail journalists who responsibly learn and accurately tell. A century ago, Keith Murdoch's Gallipoli letter was Australia's boldest declaration that our nation had a right to know the truth. Years later, he added, a free media must be dependent on no one for favors. Censorship should be resisted in all its insidious forms. We should be vigilant of the gradual erosion of our freedom to know, to be informed, and to make reasoned decisions in our society and in our democracy. We must all take notice, and like Sir Keith, have the courage to act when those freedoms are threatened. Thank you.